Greetings and welcome to the McCain Learning Center's Global Radio Network, your hour with the expert. The Global Radio Network is a unique and innovative way to conduct a conference call. In essence, our goal is to provide you with compelling, useful information in an entertaining and thought-provoking manner. We start every broadcast with our CEO, Mr. Dale Morrison.
Hello, everyone. Dale Morrison here. Thanks for tuning in again to the McCain Learning Center's Global Radio Network.
One of the other features is bringing forward some of the McCainers across the globe to talk a little bit about some of the things that are going on in their region. And the first of those featured guests this morning is Ian Thompson on Selling the McCain Way.
Hi, I'm Ian Thompson. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I am the National Field Manager for Retail Sales. The feedback that we've been receiving is absolutely fantastic.
It's the McCain Learning Center Global Radio Network. Welcome back. Current sky conditions at the Snake Pit Hockey Arena in Coaldale, Alberta, Canada. Mostly cloudy and 4 degrees Celsius.
It is not a simple question, but it's a great one, and I really appreciated Dale's comments to kick us off here and all the things that McCain is doing around culture. And
in part 4 of your book, you talk about the type of bureaucracy called coercion and compliance. And I would think that that is basically what we have, at least in this country, with the majority of companies.
Unfortunately, I agree with you. Yes, that's. It seems to be, whether it's our history or what have you, that we're set up in a command and control, top-down organization. That's traditionally.
They call it in McCain the Daily Mile.
To me, Daily Mile is almost like an athletic club. Ours is called McCain in Motion, and it was created by the McCain Learning Center. The only difference is that we get together somewhere in cyberspace.
I want to tell you in advance that we have the opportunity for you to participate with questions. We have an email address designated just for questions for our special guest today. The email address is mlc@mccain.com.
The goal was for Toyota to take the best of the Toyota culture in Japan and then match it, marry it with, and integrate it with what's the best values that we bring as Kentuckians, that we bring as Americans, and put those two together to create the culture there.
Good morning. My name is Philippe Terry. I am Vice President Manufacturing in McCain Continental Europe.
And I like what, was it Felipe that just talked about problem-solving culture? Well, that was a well-timed put in there. So our problem's considered good, and I'm hearing all the things from McCain saying it. So that's the culture that's there, is that, hey, we want to identify problems, we want to surface them, and that's how we get better. And that is a cultural change that needs to take place. And that was a big thing for us in America. I mean, even when I interviewed the Japanese for the book, what barriers did you have with us? And they said problems.
I think the best way to quantify those statements is to give a personal example. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to pick on you because you were on the line, your drill bit slipped, you made a mistake, you pulled the end on and stopped the line, but you were applauded for making a mistake.
I was introduced to Toyota my very first month on the job, back in 1987, sent to Japan to work on the assembly line as a supervisor because they wanted me to have empathy for the line worker and the members when I came back to Kentucky. But as you mentioned, I slipped and I scratched a Camry.
Joseph Lake, the lab manager at McCain Foods in Florenceville, asks, how can you tell the difference between a group that talks the talk but doesn't walk the walk?
It's a good question, but there's so much what we call wallpaper out there. People have the posters and, like I said, maybe even the values listed out there, the purpose and the mission.
Dave Gold, the plant manager in Grantham, says that special cause variation and common cause variation often have one thing in common: human behavior and performance.
Another good question, and I believe the problem-solving tool in the 8-step that you mentioned, that is going to help to solve that.
Hi, my name is Henk Jongstra. I'm the plant manager of McCain Lelystad. The Toyota problem-solving process for us is a structured way to solve our problem.